The Bezgar 1 versus the Bezgar 6. Which one comes out on top? 1/12 scale versus 1/16 scale. You might have seen these two trucks on Amazon and thought, which one's faster? Well, let's find out. I've spent some time with each of these trucks. I'll break down a comparison and give you my opinion. Here we have the Bezgar 6 box and the Bezgar 1. You can see no color, virtually no color at all. Bezgar 6 includes the LiPo bag, some instructions, part listing, and a warranty card there. Part listing. You also get a charger with a block. You'll get another charger with some batteries, 2 batteries, and some extra parts. You'll also get the ready-to-go radio. With the Bezgar 1, you'll also get a LiPo bag, slightly different logo, with your warranty card. You also get a manual, the ready-to-go radio. You'll get some shocks included, not oil-filled though. And you'll also get some extra parts. You'll also get 2 sets of batteries with the included charger. Unfortunately, no brick. Here I just wanted to show you an example of the suspension. So there's the Bezgar 1 with the shocks. Notice a little bit of a bounce going on. Of course, you've got the Bezgar 6 and no bounce at all. Here's a quick look of the trucks underneath the chassis. And both include pins with nice little pull stoppers for each. Both of the trucks include the same brushed 390 motor, as you can see. However, the ESCs appear to have came from a different manufacturer on each of the trucks. Both of the trucks include beefy oil-filled shocks. Very, very nice. Here's a quick look inside the shells. Notice the Bezgar 1 truck has a high boxing label. Inside of Bezgar 6, however, there's no label at all. The included batteries for each of the trucks are different. Notice the Bezgar 6 requires the batteries with the Dean's connector. The Bezgar 6 includes a metal round drive shaft, whereas the Bezgar 1 includes an angular metal drive shaft. Here's just a quick look at the servo for each of the trucks. Here's a quick look at the suspension. Notice in the Bezgar 1, the cad shafts are plastic, whereas in the Bezgar 6, you have included metal cad shafts. Both trucks include front LEDs, but in the Bezgar 1, they're positioned directly in the center, whereas in the Bezgar 6, they're off to the sides, and they are easily removable. Both trucks come with nice pre-glued, airy-feeling tires with nice tread. And both trucks use the exact same radio. The Bezgar 6 uses the hex-style wheel nuts, whereas Bezgar 1 uses the Phillips head. Both trucks turn on with a convenient side button. The lights flash and you pair with the radio. I've installed a fresh battery in the Bezgar 1. I'm just going to take it around. Each of the trucks have a slow feature. That's what you're seeing now. Good for kids. You can adjust that directly from the radio. At this point, I've turned the radio up to full speed, and everything will be shot in full speed from here on out. As you can see, the Bezgar 1 is pretty darn quick through the grass, through the gravel. Handles a lot of different rough terrain. even thicker grass, has no problem. Here we have a very steep hill. Just wanted to see how it's going to do. Runs through the leaves. Great. Tears right through the leaves, even at a stop. Great power on this little truck. You see it's handling the thick grass. Here you have a shot of just absolutely ripping through leaves. Great truck for the money. Very quick on the takeoff. This truck has handled almost any terrain I've thrown at it. I've thrown it on huge hills. It goes right up without any issue at all. Just want to give you all a quick example of the range. Not really sure how far that is as of yet, but I've driven this thing out of sight before. I'm going to zoom in. If I went any further, I would be in the road. Excellent range. Let's take a look at the Bezgar 6. Both turn on in very similar fashion. And it too can rip. It'll rip right through the grass. Which one do you guys think is faster? We'll find out here in a bit. You can do some crazy donuts. Wish I got them on camera, but it's hard to operate the controls and film at the same time. But as you can see, it has tons of speed. Can rip right through gravel. I've jumped that gravel pile many times. Sounds like a little demon. Alright, so it also has excellent range. Again, I've driven this one out of sight. The LEDs, the front LEDs help a lot. They are nice and bright. You can see it on the way back, and it's awesome. I've driven this at night as well. It too can rip through leaves. There was only one hill that I've thrown it on that it did not outperform the Bezgar 1. Otherwise, it matched completely. But the additional ground clearance that Bezgar 1 provides does help it going through some of that tougher terrain. Here we have a pretty steep hill going right through the grass, that same hill. And I also like to test it starting in rough terrain, and it starts just fine. As you can see, it can rip right through that tall grass as well. They both have the same motors. The Bezgar 1 has bigger tires. The Bezgar 6 has smaller tires. So which one is faster? I don't have a GPS meter to really accurately check the results. So I have to go with the next best thing, which is a good old-fashioned race. As you can see, both trucks were pretty evenly matched. My personal opinion, Bezgar 6 wins out. The reason being is that, again, they were for the most part, evenly matched, but I've noticed that this particular truck has a slower wind up, so it really doesn't punch out of the gate, whereas this one does. It's not popping wheelies for me or anything right out of the stock from the factory, but I do notice a little bit of a lift, whereas this one is just pretty much a slow wind up and then it'll speed through. In terms of just the way that the trucks are made, it's better. The suspension appears to be better. You've got the metal cad shafts, whereas you have plastic on this. I like the batteries with the Dean's connectors because I already have several of those. I've noticed there was one section or one area of a hill that I was able to cover with this truck where I wasn't able to get with this truck, and that's just because of the additional ground clearance of the wheels. On this truck, I was able to get it to crawl a little bit slower, actually quite a bit slower on this. But if you want to have some speed with some jumps, quick right out of the get-go, this is your truck. Plus, it's a lot cheaper. If you're trying to decide between either one of these two trucks, I'm going with this one. However, you're not going to be dissatisfied with either one of these. Bezgar as a company has been absolutely great. If you order from Amazon, you can order any one of these trucks, and they will, if you fill out the warranty card within 7 days, you get some additional parts. I chose some extra batteries. You can also get 30% off. Now, the way that worked is I initially bought this truck, and I got the 30% off on this truck when I ordered it. I contacted them and asked them for the details. They told me to order the truck, and then they will refund me. Pretty scary, kind of sketchy, but they went ahead and they refunded me through Amazon with a gift card. So it's not a cash refund, so don't expect a cash refund, but they will refund you through a gift card on Amazon. If you're thinking, well, I want to get both trucks, for me, I felt like I just bought the same truck, and there are obvious differences, which I feel favor this truck. For me, this truck is just kind of a bit of a disappointment for the money leap up if you were to pay full price for each. So I hope that helps someone out there make your decision. Have a great day.